Hey everyone, and welcome to the video. My name is Lenora Edwards, and I am a board-certified speech-language pathologist with Better Speech. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the L sound, the letter L, what age it develops, how to practice with your child at home, and how speech therapy services are here to help. Let's get started.
Hey there! Before we get into today's video content, I want to go ahead and remind you to subscribe to our channel, Better Speech. And after you watch the video, if you found it helpful, go ahead and click that like button, comment down below, and don't forget to share with your family and friends. Also, visit us at betterspeech.com for more information. Now, over to the video.
So first things first, when it comes to the L sound, when does it actually emerge? We often see this emerge as early as the age of 3, but it is not typically mastered until around the age of 5 or 6. Now, it's important to understand that because this sound is a more challenging sound and it occurs in a variety of positions. But what does that mean? A variety of positions means that it occurs throughout the word, like our other sounds. So we have L at the beginning part of the word, or as we often say, in the initial position of the word, as in like or love. It also occurs in the middle part of the word, as in belly or jelly. It also occurs at the end of the word, as in ball or fell. Now, keeping in mind that is the initial, medial, and final position, there's also such a thing as what we refer to as L blends. And this is when the L sound is paired with a consonant, such as in SL, as in slide, or BL, as in blade. And it's important to understand that this sound will continue to emerge over time as your child's skills develop and continue to grow. Now, when it comes to the development of the sound, what does that sound like? As children grow, what they're working on is mastering the strength and mastering the range of movement and mastering the coordination of speech. But it will often come out as distorted, and you will hear things that are typically developing, such as I love you or I love you. That's very common to make a W sound for the L sound. If you think about it, when we make the L sound, our tongue has to come up behind our teeth, what we refer to as the alveolar ridge, or what your dentist may refer to as the pizza burn spot. Now, when your child is doing this, this actually takes quite a bit of coordination. The tongue has to come forward, reach up behind the teeth, and be able to hold it there long enough while voicing, which is why we often say it's a trickier sound and that it's a later developing sound. Your child is developing this skill set as they're growing. So it's common to hear a distortion as they're growing. Now, a quick side note, you may hear I love you as in a W, but you may also hear some other substitutions that your child is doing, as in I love you, where it sounds like a Y. You may even hear I shove you, where it sounds like air is coming out of their cheeks. These are typically developing depending on their age. So here are some tips on how to help your child practice. When your child is bringing their tongue up behind their teeth, the intention is to be able to hold it for a period of time. And if they can't raise their tongue up, it may be an indicator that they don't have a lot of tongue strength. And tongue strength is truly important for the sound because the tongue has to elevate behind the teeth. Another thing to practice is getting in front of a mirror and being able to show them what you're doing. Sometimes if you say, flip your tongue up, they might not really understand. Let them see what your tongue is doing, but also let them see what their tongue is doing. So when you get in a mirror, you can show them where your tongue is, oh, and you're holding it. And then they get to watch themselves bring their tongue up behind their teeth and hold it as well. Oh, the entire time, keeping their voice on. Now, this is what we refer to as oh in isolation. This is a great starting point. It's very difficult to jump right into a word or to jump right into a sentence. So this is why we start in isolation, and we also start with pairing it with a vowel, as in lee or lay. For the record, loo may be more difficult when your child is naturally producing a W for their development. Because what we're often saying is, don't round your lips. But then when we say the word loo, we have to round our lips for that ooh sound. So it can be a little tricky. Allow yourself time and allow your child time to learn how to produce the sound by itself, ooh, and then to even pair it with the vowel, as in ooh, e, ooh, ooh. Allowing that pause will allow them the time they need to practice, and not that they'll actually say the word as in leap for leap, but in that isolation, in that pause between the isolated sound l and the vowel, they will have time to process. This is often why we encourage that space, and then we build to blend them together. Now, if your child is having difficulty producing the sound in the middle part of the word or the end of the word, the same is true. Allow for them to pause. So, what you can do is be. That way, you're getting the be at the beginning part, allowing that pause, lee. And then they're actually able to produce the word belly. The same is true for at the end of the word. If the word is ball, start with all. You start with the vowel, then add the isolated sound, and then you can do all, and then eventually work your way to ball. Once your child is able to practice lee and lie and lay consistently, and you can make up funny and silly combinations, this is a really good starting point. And then you can start jumping into words. When you're moving into words, what you want to do is keep it to the front of your mouth as often as possible for this beginning part, such as in lap or lamb. The child then only has to keep their tongue up for the ul sound, their vowel, and then produce a much more familiar sound. First, the word like, the tongue has to move from the front of the mouth to the back of the mouth, making it a little bit more challenging. So if your child is just learning this skill, stick with words that are much easier for them. Now, if you're wanting to work on these sounds with your child, consistency is key. Often, while we're working with children, we'll make sure that they can consistently produce their sound full in isolation before moving on to something more complex, such as the sound with a vowel, or the sound in the beginning part of the word, or the sound in the middle part of the word. And it's important because what they need to do is consistently hit this space, hit that target space for this sound. And when they can consistently do it, they're able to build that motor planning of consistency, and they know not only what is expected of them, but that they can do it. And when they know that they can achieve that sound, that helps them reinforce with themselves that they can do something and that they're doing a great job. So be sure to keep offering encouragement to your child and to make it as fun as possible. Once your child has these sounds mastered in their isolation and in their vowel combinations and at their word combinations, then you can start to move them into phrases and sentences. This is exactly how we work with children while we are online and providing speech therapy services. Now, if you have any concerns if your child is accurately producing the sound in the word combination or in the phrase combination or in sentences or in conversation, don't hesitate to reach out to professionals. This is why we're here. This is truly what we love to do. We love to help people improve their speech skills. We love to help people communicate. So if you have questions and you're not sure, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you so much for spending time with me on today's video. We hope you have a better understanding of the O sound, how to produce it, and how speech therapy services are here to help. As always, if you have questions or would like to speak with a speech language pathologist, feel free to reach out to us at Better Speech. We offer a complimentary consultation to every single person, and we will do our very best to answer any and all of your questions. Until next time, stay well, and thank you for watching.